Hi guys, greetings to you all, and once again I welcome you to the Stratford Africa channel. We are here in this video today to preview our upcoming Premier League game, which happens to be our second game of the new season, which we will be playing against Southampton at the St. Mary's Stadium this Sunday. So that is our next Premier League game. We won our first game against Leeds United at Old Trafford. And the boys are back to training, putting themselves together in shape and working hard towards the next game, and which will be played, as I said earlier, coming this Sunday. So we are here today to preview that game, bring you the latest that you need to know about the game in terms of team news, form guide, head-to-head, and all other interesting developments that is happening at both clubs, so that we will feed you all the information you need to know in preparation towards that upcoming game. So without much time wasted, I would like to thank you all for your support and encourage you all to keep supporting the community, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and share the video to your friends. So let's move straight into it. Yes, this is your Southampton versus Manchester United match preview. So in the area of team news, as I said, we'll be looking at that. So that will be our first element, our first item on the table. So we'll be looking at the team news at both ends. So you know, we are just starting the season, very new season. So the injury situation at both clubs looks very promising. Nobody is having any injury worries except for players who are still not that fit, because they've actually returned back from holidays late. That is the only worry that both teams are facing. But injury wise, everything is looking very comfortable and nice for all the teams. So the only problem is the fitness issues due to the late reporting and the tournaments and all of that. So in that area, I think United played a behind closed doors friendly game against Burnley within this week, just to give players more match minutes and more match sharpness and more match fitness. So in that game, United won that game 3-1, and the likes of Anthony Martial, Fred and Lingard, Jesse Lingard were all on the score sheet. You know, Lingard tested positive to COVID, and he's back from that, and he's training very well. So that being said, all players are deemed available, and no injuries, as I've already mentioned. And then also, except a couple of players who are still struggling with their fitness issues. Key amongst them is Cavani. Edison Cavani just started training about 2 days ago, so he's the only doubt for this fixture. And the likes of Martial, them all are still trying to get fit. So and for Southampton too, is the same thing. They also doesn't have any serious injuries. It's just it's still early on in the season, so there's no much injury worries there. So the new signings that we've got, as to whether the likes of Sancho and Rafael Varane will start, that is something we all can't best tell for now. But I think Sancho should start. Sancho should start because he played almost full time for in the friendly match against Burnley I was just referring to a few moments ago. So that should have given him enough match fitness and minutes into his leg. So I think he's in contention to start. But I doubt if Varane will start, because Varane was not involved in that game, and there was a story making rounds that Varane is actually still working on getting himself back to being fully fit. Even after his unveiling at Old Trafford, he didn't stay and watch our first game. He went straight back to the gym and to start working on his fitness. So I think Solskjaer doesn't really deem him that much fit yet. So I doubt if he will start this game. But moving on, I think he really needs to work hard and get back into the team, because he's a top player. And if you have such a player among your midst, you do all you can to make him ready and put him to good use. So that being said, that is the team news in both camps. and form wise, let's look at both teams' forms. How has United been playing? How has Southampton been playing? So let's look at the form guide. As we are still very early on in the season, this is our second match. So this season's form guide is the sample size is very limited. So we will have to stretch it and go beyond this season to next season and even to pre-season, from pre-season to somehow next season. You understand? So as we all know, United started the season very well with their 5-1 thrashing of Leeds United at home. So confidence within the United camp is very high. And then also they had a very good pre-season. As I said in my other video, they came into the first game with a very good pre-season form, and then luckily for us, the boys continued that and went on and got the all important win. So that is the formed guide there for Manchester United. And then also, you know, this game we are going to be playing it away at St. Mary's Stadium. And you know the away record that Manchester United has been chasing since last season. The record that Arsenal holds. They are the team that have gone the longest away streak without tasting defeat. And this longest streak stands at around 27 matches. So in the 2003-2004 season, the Arsenal's team went 27 matches away from home without being defeated. You understand? So United stands the chance of equaling that record on Sunday if we avoid defeat at the St. Mary's Stadium. That will be our 27th league match away from home, continuing from last season. You know, last season we went through the whole of last season away from home without tasting defeat. You understand? So that is a very interesting record there, and I think that should serve as a motivation for the guys to really kick on and get us a positive result. So that being said, Southampton are also not looking that good because they lost their first game against Everton last weekend. After taking the lead, the Everton came back, equalized and scored 2 more goals. So as United were winning their first league game 5-1, Everton on the other hand were losing 3-1 to Everton. So their start of the season is completely opposite to what Manchester United have. So you can say that confidence in that area is not that high, even though they also had a very good pre-season. So coming into the season, their pre-season preparations were very good because they had won 3 games out of 4. You understand? So that was a very good pre-season game, but unfortunately for them, that didn't reflect in their first game. So they went on and lost to Everton. And you also will remember that in the transfer market, they've also lost some key players. You know, the likes of Danny Ings and Jan Vestergaard were the very core players and the spine of their team. You know, you understand? Because Vestergaard really did well for them at the back, and Danny Ings was the one who got the goals for them a couple of seasons back. You understand? So to lose these 2 key players has dealt them a very big blow. So right now things are not looking good at the camp of Southampton. So that is what is happening in that area there for you guys. And then also there's the game is going to be played at St. Mary's, and that ground or that venue itself, even though United as a team have a very good and decent record there, but in recent times our visits there hasn't been easy at all. You always have to dig hard and dig deep before we can come away with all 3 points. And even for our last 5 visits there, we've only won 2. So we've only won 2 games out of our last 5 games we've played at the St. Mary's. That is not a very good statistics there. So that shows you that it's not an easy ground for Manchester United. And then the last time United won a game there by more than a 1-goal margin was in 2009. So that ground is a very difficult ground. So the lads will put that in their head and go on and continue on their positive start to the season. So the St. Mary's Stadium, that is the few records there I would like to share with you guys there. And then also let's look at the head-to-head situation between these two teams. You know, these two teams have been playing each other a lot, especially in the Premier League. So how many times have they played each other? How many wins have United recorded? How many losses? How many draws? This is what the head-to-head aspect of the show does. So in all in all, 44 Premier League games have been played between Manchester United and Southampton. And out of these 44 games, Manchester United have won 28 of them. Yes, United have won 28 games and then lost 7, and then also 9 of these games have ended in a draw scoreline. So head-to-head wise, United has a very, very good and positive results, or positive statistics there. So if history is anything to go by, I think United on paper are the favorites to win this game, considering all that I've said earlier, the form, the fact that Southampton has lost a couple of key players, and the fact that they are still low on confidence and stuff like that. So I think United are in pole position to go on and win this game. But that being said, the moment the first whistle is blown and the ball is kicked, all of this is thrown outside of the window. It now comes to your work rate and your ability and your quality, you understand? So but before that, you know, as we are preparing and gearing towards the game, these are the things on paper we have to be looking at and basing our predictions on. So that being said, I think that is all the most important things I've kept down for you in this match preview. So now let's move on and look at our predicted 11. So as I had said earlier on, I don't expect Rafael Varane to start this game because of his fitness levels. The fitness team think he's not that much fit yet. If he had played in the Burnley game, then I would have high hopes of him starting this Southampton game. But because he wasn't involved at all in the Burnley game, so that gives me a cause for worry. I think there's the highest possibility that he won't be involved or he won't start this game. Even if he would play, maybe he might come off the bench or something like that. But the other new signing in the person of Jadon Sancho is a very interesting situation, because he got a few minutes against Leeds United and he has been training for about 2 weeks now with the team. And in that friendly match against Burnley, he was involved and he played a chunk of that match. So I think he's looking very, very ready to start. So in my predicted 11, I will keep the same starting lineup bar Daniel James. I'll take James out and bring Sancho in, because Sancho have had a lot of training now, and particularly because this Southampton game is not going to be like the Leeds United game. These people are going to come and try to contain us. They will play a low block, so we will dominate the ball more. We won't get the amount of space we had against Leeds United, and we all know if Daniel James doesn't have enough space, his usefulness is very limited. But with the quality and the caliber of player Sancho is, I think against a lower block, I would prefer to play Sancho if he's ready, because he's a player who can help us unlock the lower blocks, you understand? So that is why I will just start him right away. And for United to spend that amount of money they have spent on him, I expect the coach to try and integrate him into the team as early as possible, because he's a very, very, very top player, and a lot of hopes is hanging around his neck for us this season. So I think I will play Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw, Maguire, and David De Gea in goal, and then also in the midfield I will keep McTominay and Fred, and then Pogba will play from the left wing as he did against Leeds United, and then also Bruno comes in, Greenwood will lead the line, and then on the right wing I will have Jadon Sancho instead of Daniel James, you understand? Because of the reasons I have stated earlier. So that being said, I think that is all that we need to know for the upcoming game. The form guide, Southampton are not looking that good. United have started the season well, and then we are looking to kick on. I think it is very, very, very important. Let me use this opportunity to stress on this point again, that it is very, very important for us to go on and try and win this game. We have to go on and get all the maximum 3 points. You know, City have lost their first game So this is a great opportunity for us to try and put some wins together and try and see whether we can stay top of the league for some time, because this season is a very, very, very interesting and competitive season. All the teams are looking very, very, very great. So and with the amount of, or the type of fixtures we have for the first 5 games, we can't afford to drop points in them, because I think we don't be playing any top 6 club for our first 5 games. So in that area, that is a very, very good opportunity for us to put some wins together, get some momentum, get some consistency, and then bring back the fear factor that we've always had as Manchester United. You understand? So for the past seasons, we've always started well by winning our first game, and then we go away and draw or lose points, and then the momentum and the confidence in the camp drops and everything comes to a standstill. So I think this season is very, very important. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and the boys should put their heads together and mastermind a very consistent run for us this season. Because when I go on social media and I see the amount of disrespect that man gets, it is not something that really I'm very happy about to see. Yes, so the boys should come on and try and put some wins together. So that being said, I think this is all I have for you in my match preview. So until we meet again next time, thank you all for your support, and keep subscribing to the channel. Have a nice time to you all.